Alright guys, you love these M24 anti-tank grenades so much, I'm going to be giving another one away. So all you have to do is like this video, comment down below, and make sure you are subscribed to this YouTube channel. Then in next week's episode, I'll be giving this away to a lucky winner. Alright guys, so what I'm going to be working on right now is this dark tan mountain here. So this is all the parts that I have left, at least the 1x2x3 slopes. We've got inverted slopes and we got plenty of the 1x2 slopes, but we don't really use those too much. We're mainly using those slopes just like with the dark bluish gray mountain. So what I'm doing now is, I don't know if you remember from last week's episode, pretty much all of this here was like this. So I built all this up to the same height because you guys took that pole and told me to stop here and do that walkway. So that's what I'm doing. So right now what I'm doing is basically, you see these dark tan plates. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take more of these 16x16 plates, build it up to a set height like this. But the problem is, let's say I put this one here, because this is exactly where it's going to go. You have all that gap down there, and then this side here that's not filled in. So what I'm going to do first is basically anything you see there that's white, I'm going to build up to, you know, a set height. I don't know how many studs that's going to be. And same here, so I'm kind of building a custom plate, and that's going to fill in all these cracks and crevices. Then I'm going to put these in, and then it'll, in theory, be just completely solid right here. Can do that walkway, and then we can finish up the mountain here. And I had already ordered some parts. I ordered, I believe, a couple hundred more of these. These were actually pretty cheap compared to the dark bluish gray ones. I believe these were around 13 cents a piece versus the dark bluish gray are about 50 cents, depending on where you get them. So I ordered more of those. I believe some other slopes and some dark tan bricks. I got some 2x4s and 1x2s that I already ran out of. So lots of bricks and whatnot, not only for this, but for the archway that we're going to be working on hopefully next week whenever we get those parts in. So that's what I'm working on right now. I'll keep you guys posted, and yeah, I forgot to show you guys the front view, I guess you'd call it, of the mountain. So that's what it looks like now. It's all built up to the same height as you can see there. And then if we walk around, and let me know what you guys think of that in the comments while you're at it. And then what I'm doing now is, I talked about, I'm doing those custom plates. So I just kind of laid out plates here. So now this is all up to the right height. Now I'm building these supports to put these plates like this. Actually, that needs to go up one more brick, but it'll go up like this. This will all be level, and then I can do that pathway. Hopefully that'll work out pretty good, and we'll see how it goes. You know, I'm kind of running out of filler brick once again. That's going to be the main issue, but pretty much once we're done with this mountain, nothing else in the MOC needs filler brick, because the houses, I mean, I'm going to do like the interiors and everything, so there's not going to be any filler brick there. And you know, we got everything plated. The mountains are done at that point. So at this point, really, I'm just gonna final stretch as far as filler brick goes. So that's actually a good thing. So I'm gonna keep you guys updated, and hopefully I can get these big plates elevated and do all that real quick. All right, guys, so I got it all done. So this is what it looks like. This is kind of what I was talking about. So I got all 6 of these 16x16 plates elevated up. As you can see down here, I used just a bunch of 2x2s, some 2x2 round pieces, you know, just whatever I had, scrounged up all the parts, and overall looks good. So what I did is I did one support on each corner and then one in the middle, so 5 supports per plate. So we got all that, and then like I said, bring all this, you know, up to the same height. So all this is nice and sturdy, and what we can do is we can start taking these dark tan plates and we can start building, if this will focus real quick, we can start building our path along here. Then we can start building the next mountain up here, and that will basically save us all of this filler brick under here. So that's kind of how, you know, I've been building most of this MOC, especially the other mountain. And I think, you know, with building that mountain, I learned a lot. So this mountain's going to be a lot easier, I believe. And so far it's looking good. So my goal is to get this pathway done before the end of this episode, and then I will use up, you know, this small handful of maybe 20 of these slopes and start doing the perimeter of the, you know, that second, I guess, top of the mountain you want to call it. So I'm going to try to do this now. I've been working on this MOC for a good 3 hours now, so I'm really excited. Hopefully you guys are enjoying, even though I'm just talking about this mountain. There were those episodes that I was just talking about that mountain. So we got to get this done, and if we can get this done, then we can start working on the archway and then the town. That town's going to be really fun. And yeah, so let's just keep working on this, and I'll keep you guys posted. One quick thing to note, the armored car is for sale on my website for those that don't know, as well as the anti-aircraft gun. The anti-aircraft gun is $12 and this is $55. You get all the custom instructions and whatnot, and of course I break it right here on camera. That comes off. But yeah, so basically these are on my website right now, link in the description, as well as a whole lineup of World War I minifigures. So if you're interested, feel free to go check them out. And yeah, just wanted to keep you guys posted on that. Alright guys, that's what it looks like so far. So I got the walkway done. Let's go take a look. So I was able to get the complete walkway done, get you guys kind of a bird's eye view of what it looks like. So I originally put it down, and I'd say it was about 6 studs in this direction like that, and then I realized this is still a huge mountain section I have to do. So what I did is I made everything a bit bigger, so the path is a bit wider, especially here at the corner, and that made this section smaller, so that's going to be less mountain that I have to build basically in the end. So overall, I think it looks good. I can just already picture having some minifigures down here sniping across to the other mountains and whatnot. And I think overall it looks pretty good. And like I said, this is all the parts I have left of those 1x2x3 slopes. So hopefully my order comes in by next week's episode so I can start, you know, building this up. But that's kind of what it looks like so far. There's a good look at it right there. So take this poll right up here. Let me know what you guys think. Just, you know, I think the question will be, do you like the look of this? Yes or no? And so far, I'm really liking it. This is really sturdy, and I'm really liking how I'm, you know, attacking this problem, because before I didn't build too many mountains, but after the Puilu mountain and after this mountain, I'm really getting a good handle on this, so I'm really excited. So that's as much as we can do on that, because I ran out of these slopes. So like I said, I think that order for the more slopes is from the US, so we should get those hopefully soon. But yeah, so we should be done with these dark tan plates. Other than the top, we're going to be using a couple, so I can clean this mock up a little bit, clean all this stuff up. And yeah, a couple other things that I wanted to touch on. I did, let's see, I got all that for the, what do you call it, radio towers, power lines. Then I found this thread. I think this might be too thin, but I believe I used this for the Battle of Moscow. I did the same thing. So I'll probably be using this black thread to attach to those, but the problem is I'm like, for whatever reason, I can't find any 1x6 reddish brown plates, these right here. So I'm gonna have to buy a couple more. But what I was doing is I was cleaning out my Bricklink store, and I found a bunch of these, and these are the exact jumper plates I need for those, because originally I have a bunch of these in dark bluish gray, just none in reddish brown, and this is the exact amount that I need, and they were in my Bricklink store, so I took them out, so that's good. And then same thing with these are going to be used for the Mark V tank, and I have 2 sources for instructions for a Mark V and an A7 IV, I believe it is, the German tank. So I might try to work on those for next week's episode. I'll take a look at the parts list and try to start gathering parts. But other than that, that's where we're at as far as the telephone lines go, or the radio lines, whatever you want to call them. And yeah, overall, I'm really excited. We're probably not going to get to work on any of this episode. I'm probably going to wrap this episode up here. But we're definitely making a huge amount of progress on that mountain section. So wanted to let you guys know that hopefully next section I will have something started with that. If not, maybe a vehicle. We got to get those vehicles rolling, because we still got the armored train. That's something I need to think about as well. So hopefully we can get all that rolling. But we're going to probably end this episode off here. So I'm going to cut to the giveaway results from last week's episode. Then we'll wrap this video up. So let's do that now. Alright guys, we're going to be picking the winner from episode 29 of the Battle of Sinai Desert for that anti-tank grenade. So let's do this. 1, 2, 3. Boom! Clone Direction, I really like the videos, and I work, blah blah blah. Andrew Boss, you are the winner, so make sure you personal message me here on YouTube with your full name, full address, zip code, and we can work this out, and I can get that anti-tank grenade out to you. So once again, thank you guys, and let's wrap this video up. Alright, we're going to call the episode here, so I want to once again thank you guys for watching this episode of the Sinai Desert. If you want to check out last week's episode, feel free to click right here. If you want to check out another video, click right over here. And make sure you are subscribed to be entered into next week's giveaway. So make sure you click right there. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you have a great and awesome week. And I will see you next Sunday for episode, I believe, 30, actually, of the Sinai Desert. That might be wrong, but I'll see you next Sunday.